Welcome back. I am Kalyan Reddy Daida and I will be your instructor in this course, HashiCorp Certified Terraform Associate. So as part of Terraform, we are going to master multiple Terraform concepts in a step-by-step manner. Some include basic workflows, Terraform providers, Terraform resources, Terraform variables, Terraform data sources, Terraform state, Terraform workspaces, Terraform provisioners. So in addition to that, you will also focus on Terraform Modules, Terraform Cloud, Terraform-sentinel, Terraform-state import process, Terraform-graph, and then Terraform-expressions. Okay, but if you see, these concepts look like only 14 concepts on the screen here. Okay, but these also will have a sub-concepts inside them, and overall it goes more than 40 plus demos in the entire course. So if you see here on the Visual Studio Code, so for each and every concept, if you see Terraform fundamental blocks, so you will find something called Terraform block and its sub example, and in providers block you will have its own example with inside the Terraform manifest folder. In multiple providers configuration inside this Terraform block, so you will find one more example with Terraform manifest folder, which means every concept will have a sub concept, and in each sub concept you will have the Terraform manifest folder with the demo example, whatever you can go ahead and then implement them. So you can run your Terraform commands going inside this Terraform manifest folder, so which becomes your working directory to run your commands there. So like this, if you see, for 14 concepts whatever you are seeing, under them with sub concepts it becomes 40 plus or more demos inside this entire thing. So in addition to that, every concept equal to demo. Every concept you are going to learn with a demo only. Either it is a main concept or a sub concept, you are going to do that with a demo. In addition to that, everything you are going to learn with a GitHub step-by-step documentation. So every concept will have the step-by-step documentation in this course. Moving on, so the Terraform provider used in this course is AWS provider. So we didn't use any other providers, only AWS provider is used. And in AWS provider also, these are the resources used for demonstrating the concepts. Okay, one is EC2 instance, one is VPC, security groups, S3 buckets, and then IAM users. So why I am saying very clearly about the expectations is, the course will focus on practical demos with mastering the Terraform commands and not learning as many resources as possible from even AWS provider perspective. We focus on learning or mastering the concepts of Terraform. Okay, so which helps us in building any type of template for any cloud provider. So the focus is on taking one provider, few limited resources, and mastering the Terraform concepts. So accordingly, we have moved on the course. In addition to that, you will have the detailed GitHub repository implementations, which will be publicly available for you to fork these repositories. Okay, so you can go to these respective repositories and then fork them. I still didn't make them private here, but once I make them public, so you will be able to fork them. So currently my HashiCorp certified Terraform associate, I didn't make it as public. I'll make it in couple of hours, but if you see here, this is my EKS course, and then you can click on fork to fork these repositories. In the same way, for all the HashiCorp related repositories what I am listing, so you will have the fork option here. So once I make them public, so you will be able to fork them whenever you are working on your course. Okay, and then use from your local. So if you come here, so you will have the course main repository, which is HashiCorp certified Terraform associate, and you will also have Terraform cloud demo related repository, and Terraform private module registry demo repository, and also Terraform sentinel policies demo repository. Till here, it completes the high level introduction of the course. So from here on, you can skip this lecture and then move on with the next lectures if you are interested. Most of my students ask for the detailed introduction of the courses. So with that said, I'm going to continue for few more slides and then explain about what they are going to learn or see in this as part of this course. Okay, so if you are good with the current introduction, you can move on with the practical implementations with the next lectures. So let's move on with the next things also what we are going to learn as part of this course. So initially we'll start with Terraform Workflow, and then we'll learn about Terraform init, validate, plan, apply, and then destroy. So once we learn about the Terraform workflow, so we'll move on to learning about the Terraform configuration syntaxes, which are nothing but what are blocks, arguments, identifiers, and then comments in the Terraform. So once we learn the language basics, we'll focus on dividing the Terraform top level blocks in 3 blocks, which is nothing but fundamental blocks, variable blocks, and calling or referencing blocks. So with that said, first we'll start with the Terraform block and then implement the Terraform block related concepts. Then we'll move on to providers block and implement provider block related. So like that, block by block, we'll go ahead and then implement all the concepts on block based model. So if you see here, once the Terraform block is completed, we'll move on to Terraform providers and we'll understand about how a provider is going to download and at what command it is going to download and what is happening in the background from Terraform init to Terraform destroy. We are going to learn during the providers section. And then we'll move on to Terraform resources block. Okay. In Terraform resources block, it is going to be a huge block with huge amount of content inside that. And this will be the core heart of learning the Terraform. Okay. So you learn Terraform language basics earlier. Next, you will focus on learning the how to write the Terraform resource syntax. And then you will understand how the resources behave using Terraform resource behavior. And when learning these things, at the same time, the importance comes there for learning the Terraform state concept. Okay, so we'll go ahead and then learn a little bit of Terraform state concept. Again, we'll come back and then focus on resource related meta arguments, which really changes the behavior of the resource when you use those arguments. So which are nothing but count, depends on, for each, and then life cycle. Already we have learned the provider meta argument in the section of providers with the multiple providers section. So we will not focus on the resources at that point of time. And there will be one more concept called provisioners, which we will learn in the later sections in a detailed manner. So from here on, we'll move on to the next thing, which is Terraform state. In a high level, we are going to learn as part of resources section. So how it is going to download the terraform.tf state file, what is present in the terraform.tf state file, and what is the difference between the current and the desired state with using the terraform.tf state file. So all those things you are going to learn. From there, you will move on to Terraform variables. From Terraform variables perspective, we'll see that in a 3-dimensional view about input variables, output values, and then local values. For each of them, we are going to implement them with practical demos. And when coming to Terraform input variables, so it is going to be a big mass implementation. Okay, so why I am calling it is going to be a large implementation is because if you see Terraform input variables, so you can pass the input variables in Terraform in 10 different ways. So input variables you can use in 10 different ways in Terraform. So for each of them, we have a practical example. So if you go here to Visual Studio Code and go to 05 Terraform variables, so V1 to V10, whatever you are seeing are the practical examples you are going to implement as part of how you are going to pass the Terraform input variables to the Terraform. So everything is detailedly documented with equivalent templates and then explained in detail from 1 to 10. So this gives the lot of confidence for you on the Terraform. Okay, so from here on, you will move on to Terraform state. Earlier, when you are learning the Terraform resources, you learned on a high level what is Terraform state and then where it is stored and then what is the TF state file, what are the contents inside that, and in addition to that, you also learned about current and then desired states. Now what you will focus here is the remote state storage. So how you are going to store your Terraform state files in remote state storage you are going to do. And there are also a few set of commands which we need to learn in Terraform from state perspective. So those two sections we are going to focus when we reach the Terraform state section. In that, when you go back to Terraform remote state storage, you also call it as Terraform Backend. So you are going to use AWS S3 bucket to store the Terraform state, and to implement the state locking you are going to use the DynamoDB. So from there you will move on to understand what is the problem local state file creating for us, and then why I need to use the remote state storage. So once you learn that, then you will again have some issues related to race conditions when multiple admins update the thing even in the remote state file. So at that point of time, so you will be implementing the state locking for that. Okay, so when you are implementing the state locking, so what all the things it is going to resolve also you are going to learn at that point. And from there you will move on to Terraform commands from state perspective. So as part of that you are going to learn Terraform show, Terraform refresh, Terraform plan, Terraform state, and Terraform force unlock, Terraform taint, untaint, and then apply target. So these commands you are going to master in line with the state perspective. Means like we will discuss how these commands are going to impact the Terraform state also we are going to learn. From there you will move on to types of provisioners. So this is one of the resources meta argument concept, provisioners. So here you will explore about file provisioners, remote exec provisioners, local exec provisioners, and then null resource. And as usual, if you see, for all these things again you are going to have a practical example for file provisioner or remote exec provisioner or local exec provisioner or null resource. Once you complete the provisioner concept, so you will move on to the Terraform module concept. So in Terraform modules you are going to implement two important sections. Okay, so one is you will implement a simple root module by calling a public module from the Terraform registry. So once that is done, you will get the gist of how you can use the modules. Then you will move on and then build a Terraform local module. So when you are building the Terraform local module, you will get a lot of confidence from modules concept perspective. But one important thing here is you will not directly go and then build a local module. There also you will do that in 3 phases. Okay, so let's see that on a high level and then move to next topic. So when you are building modules also, first what you will do is you will implement that use case manually using AWS management console, and then after that you will just create Terraform manifest for that use case and then implement it as a root module, and then convert that root module into a child module here. Okay, so that's what you are going to do from modules perspective. In addition to that, when you go to the next section in 11.02, the same module whatever you have built here, the child module acting as a local module, so you are going to publish that module on the Terraform private module registry and then leverage that from your Terraform Cloud's private module registry. So even you are going to do that. So with that said, let's come back here and then focus on other concepts. Okay, from Terraform Cloud perspective, so you are going to first learn about the VCS driven workflow, which is nothing but version control service driven workflow, wherein as a developer you will check in your Terraform configuration files to GitHub, and then it will automatically trigger the Terraform runs on the Terraform Cloud. So as part of that you will learn the Terraform runs, states, variables, and additional settings, and also Terraform modules, and then Terraform organization and workspace concepts. And once you implement VCS driven workflow, you will also learn about implementing the CLI driven workflow with Terraform Cloud. So as part of that you learn how you are going to run your commands from local CLI, but the runs are going to happen on the Terraform Cloud. So you are going to see that, and from there you will move on and then publish your recently built local module as a private module registry in your Terraform Cloud, and then use that in your next sections, okay, wherever you want by calling them. Okay, and from there you will move on to Terraform Cloud and then Sentinel. Okay, so you are going to enforce the policies for Terraform to provide different actions. Okay, different checks you are going to put on the Terraform using Sentinel policies. So you will build basic policies, and you will also build cost control policies, and finally the latest 3rd generation Center for Internet Security policies also, which Terraform is recommending now and then saying those are the foundational policies. So you are also going to learn them and then implement them. So with Terraform Cloud and Sentinel, you are going to implement 3 use cases. Finally, you will also move on to learn about Terraform expressions. Okay, so where you will learn lots of Terraform functions, and also you will learn how to write Terraform dynamic expressions with an example, and you will also implement the Terraform dynamic blocks. Okay, in addition to that, there will be 2 more concepts which are nothing but Terraform state import and then Terraform graph, which you are also going to implement. Okay, so this completes the overall introduction about what we are going to learn as part of this respective course. I will see you in the next lecture. Until then, bye bye. Thank you.